What is this? Welcome, good morning. It's Friday, August 1st, 2025. We are gathered here today to do our regular Friday book club gathering. And this book club we are continuing, or this meeting is a continuing of reading Paul Selig's Resurrection. And so for those who are just joining, and I'll post this in the chat, we're on page 15 of the first chapter called Preparation, and we're down at the last paragraph there, which begins with, "We are teaching through you now, Paul." And I'll put that in the chat so people can see it. And our fearless leader, Cindy, has a clip for us, which we can begin with. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. And here we go.
Where you sit at this moment is at a precipice of choice, is at a precipice of choice. Everything is before you, everything is before you, everything seeks to unfold, everything seeks to unfold from the upper room, in witness to your own divinity, in witness to your own divinity. You'll hear these words. Did you hear these words? Everything seeks to unfold. Everything seeks to unfold in witness to your own divinity, to your own divinity. Once you realize or know who you are, you move into consort with the divine. You move into consort with the divine. You are a receptor. You are a receptor in receipt, in agreement to the gifts that would be offered you, This isn't a prize. This isn't a prize as much as a way of experiencing, the small self's desires. The small self desires, such as they are, may unfold as needed, But in fact, what happens is you become the recipient of the divine, the birthright that you hold. The birthright that you hold is in fact given to you, to agree to, hence the claims we've offered you. I know who I am. What I am, how I serve. I am in the upper room. Is a claim of being, Behold, I make all things new. A claim of agreement to what is true, a claim of agreement to what is true, where the divine has been denied, it may be reseen, or agreed to through this claim. Behold, I make all things new. It is not the personality structure that makes anything new. It is not the personality structure that makes anything new, but it is the divine self or monad. In its activated state, that claims the kingdom, and the claiming of the kingdom. And the claiming of the kingdom, the affect of being in the upper room, releasing what has stood in the way, of your experience of God, and allowing God to be God, because you cannot make God anything, gives you the agreement, to see the entirety of your experience, with new eyes. Each day we invite you, upon rising, to take 5 minutes. No more is needed. In recognition of your own divinity, and claim the divinity, and then claim the divinity in what you see before you. I see all things with the eyes of the Christ. I see all things with the eyes of the Christ. Behold, I make all things new. Behold, I make all things new. I am seeing in truth. I am seeing in truth. I am agreeing to truth. I am agreeing to truth. I am knowing truth. I am knowing truth. Use the words you wish. Use the words you wish. The intention is what actually matters. The intention is what actually matters. You will move to an agreement. You will move to an agreement in your experience of what is before you, of what is before you that will actually transmute the old and the new will be seen where it was hence denied, where it was hence denied. Now, when we teach through Paul and we use his vocabulary we wish to intercede with words. We wish to intercede with words that he does not know, that he does not know, and he is catalyzed to fear when we do such things, because he seeks to trust the transmission, the words we use with you today. The words we use with you today are the words we can speak, to give you what you require, the true teaching that you are present for. The true teaching that you are present for is an energetic transmission, that is beyond language, God is beyond language. God is beyond language. Truth is beyond language. Truth is beyond language, although you may know all these things in language, or attempt to ascribe words, to give things meaning that have no other ways, to give things words to attach, to give things meaning that otherwise would have no word to support their experience, or your experience of them, the gift of this teaching today. The gift of this teaching today will be the beginning of each day, as it is cherished, as you are known, from the upper room. I give myself the opportunity to choose each day, in the highest accord. I can hold the teaching of embodiment. The teaching of embodiment or manifestation is the result of maintaining a high octave, and allowing the disassembling of the old that can no longer be seen, or held in the higher vibrational octave. Paul is seeing a suit of armor. It is burdensome and heavy. It is burdensome and heavy. It is hard to move in. The releasing of the old ideas of self. The need for safety born in fear, the need for protection from perceived foes, are challenging things to release. The world will have to release these things soon enough. Lest you find yourself back in battle. So we recommend to each of you to say thank you for what you do have, Allow the knowing that you have, to be present, and give it praise, because it has been present for you, even when you denied it. With your questions, when we return with your questions, we will ask you one thing. Let your question be prefaced for yourself. Not for us, with what I want to do, with what do I really need to know. You will get a better answer. Don't go fishing for a question. Ask the question that is hard. Ask the question that is hard, that you seek to fear the answer for. We will work expediently. If we are allowed in this way. Period. You're saying period. Never heard that before.
Cindy.
I just got excited because they say period, period, period all the time, and this channeling's only 4 years old, and it was new. Really excited. I didn't listen to this beforehand. I almost never pre-listen to anything I assign in this group. Couple of things. Number one, the channeling that we're going to listen to on Monday, which is new. They go into that word God, which after what some of the discussions this week really kind of blew me away, and it was here, but they literally acknowledge in this new book they're now channeling that God has all this, conditioned stuff around it, and they're stating that in this new teaching they're gonna take care of that. They're gonna speak very directly to that. And they also have a new attunement, which supposedly hasn't happened in a number of years, that show up on Monday. The other thing about this channeled work, which is very meaningful for me, again, it's all coming together on Wednesday when we listen to the satsang from Helen. She was talking about being inconsistent with consistency and how we're inconsistent until we're consistent. What I just heard the guides state was all you need is 5 minutes when you first get up in the morning to remember who you are. And I know Richard talks about doing that every morning, and some of us have our own practices, but somehow just now I heard it. It's not sitting in meditation for 4 hours a day, right? It's having a consistent practice of coming, and Rana said it too. Rana and I are reading The Infinite Way together, and we're on a chapter where Joel Goldsmith is literally suggesting you take 3 to 5 minutes when you first wake up in the morning to essentially hand the day over to God. Like, I'm getting that message over and over and over again. Whatever's in here that says I don't have the time for that is simply not true. They're not asking for time. They're asking for intention. And that's something I'm willing to give. So I also wanted to say at the beginning of this, because I heard the guides just say it too, I'm willing to know what the hard question. I don't know what question I'm afraid to ask, but whatever it is, I'd love to know it because I'd love to ask it. And my intention is to be open and allow the divine to move through me for whatever the divine purpose is, without whatever Cindy thinks she is interfering with that. I trust that if I can find a way to completely hand this personality over to the divine, this personality will be blessed in ways I can't imagine. And Cindy won't go away in that. So I wanted to set an intention for now. So thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Lots of thoughts here, but Izzy. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. It's good to see you all.
Good
Come to the
morning,
head of the
everyone.
table, Izzy.
So, yeah, a couple of things on what Cindy just said. I think also it's possible to get to a point in our healing where we don't even have to set the intention in the morning. We just wake up and it's just there. It's just, you just feel a sense of happiness that it's just there. So anyway, also I have a question for everybody. It's something I've been exploring for a while, and I'd like to know anybody else's input on it. He used the term transmuting the old, and I think we can see pretty easily how our practices transmute the old in a lot of different ways. But the subject of trauma is really big right now, and what is everybody's opinion on whether these practices actually go in at a level that transmutes the trauma without having to go through all the stuff we're being told right now that we need to do in order to transmute trauma? And I tend to think that it's I've read in a few places now and heard in a few places that when you get to really, convince yourself that you are love itself, eternal love, that the trauma just automatically becomes healed. And but I just like any input from anybody else if anybody else has been thinking about this, and if not, that's okay too.
I'm going to, first of all, say thank you for that kind of reminder, Izzy, about we are never separated from source. So we don't have to set any intention to rejoin source. So waking up in the morning is just, it's nothing more than a recognition that the day belongs to source and that I'm in flow, and to say okay to that, really. But whatever it is that brings us to that certainty, the certainty that I am, that the I am, then that's a perfect practice for you. And it'll be different for everyone because we're all unique. Your question about trauma is a great question. And it's a big question. So I will, let's give the group a good 5 minutes if the group wants to address that question, because it's a valid question and a good question. But we could easily, Izzy, take the whole hour discussing that, and maybe that actually would be a very good thing to put on the agenda. So let's open that up. Let's open Izzy's question up. Do you want to restate it, Izzy, so that everyone gets it? And then Patricia, and then maybe Sandra.
Yeah, thanks. That sounds like a good idea. We could just take a short time to figure or think about this. Yeah, is it necessary to do all the things that we're being told we need to do in order to deal with trauma, or can we just trust in the divine that it will transmute as we come to know who we are?
Perfect. Thank you. Patricia.
Thank you. I'll make this quick since I had the trauma of a broken shoulder. Looking at it with gratitude, it's like all the wonderful things that happened, the love I experienced,
Yes.
the care I experienced.
Wonderful.
And I think it's helped with the healing. Thank you.
Wow, beautiful. That's so concise, Patricia.
It,
Thank you.
it just gave me goosebumps. Like, that is exactly right, Patricia. I mean, the worst of what has happened to us, we can, if we really, really approach it with love, we can be grateful for it. Yes. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wow. I love this. Okay, Sandra, and then
Yes, thank you, Izzy. And I just want to say also that I think any one of us should always feel like we can ask whatever's on our heart, no matter what the topic of the day or the plan for the day. What I was going to share was just my own experience very quickly, and that is trauma is no longer seen as trauma. The word itself does no longer describes the experiences of life that previously were labeled as trauma. And so therefore, I don't know what exact processes you were describing that we are told we have to go through, but at one point I did meet with someone to go into the depth of the trauma and all of that, and that was never helpful. So I believe that it is an instantaneous, maybe instantaneous is the wrong word. There is a healing that just happens without delving in. And I think Patricia nailed it. It's seen differently. It's completely seen differently. It's not trauma. It's another experience that is for me. And
Oh, that's, yeah, and what struck me as you were talking is trauma is just another concept.
yes,
It's just another word we put on something.
exactly. It's a label and a
Oh,
judgment. It's just another experience. And
oh, I'm so glad I asked this question, you guys. I've just got goosebumps all over the place.
That's beautiful. Rana says, bam. Oh, so maybe it is transmuted.
it is.
Maybe the word itself is transmuted. The meaning of the word is transmuted.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Indigo, welcome.
Hi,
Glad to have you here.
so great to be here. Um, I've just been learning that everything is here for me, no matter if I like it or don't like it. And I've learned this practice to just stop, I just stop. And I let everything be exactly as it is. And I just sit with it. I just sit in whatever energy it is. I just sit there and I ask God to show me, okay, God, I don't like this or whatever. I'm really honest. You show me what to do because I don't know. And when I'm quiet, I hear God guide me what to do. And even it was so amazing. I was in discomfort, yeah, the other day, and I actually for like days, and I finally heard God just say, "No, that's your mind. That's not who you are. That's not you." And I just found so much peace and love. But it took me days. And so I was able to just rest there in whatever I'm experiencing and know that it's here for me. And even though I don't understand it or I'm angry or whatever it is, just to be there, that is here for me. And it's just, Indigo doesn't know. Indigo does not know. And so I I I sit in the anger. I sit there and I just go, okay, you show me. And God always shows me. And sometimes it takes a day or two or a week but it's just for me, that's my experience is that God always shows me yeah, and we have no clue what anything means. We don't have a clue, but our Father loves us and everything is here for us and everything is love. So yeah.
Thank you, Indigo. You just dropped several Indigoisms there that I was writing down to put in my list. Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you, Indigo. That you just put the frosting on the sweet cake that we've been making. Thank you.
All right, Cindy's holding the book up. I don't know if that means she says we need to read it or she's hiding behind it.
What page are we on, Amy?
I put it in the chat. We are on page 15 at the bottom of the page. We are teaching through you now, Paul. So let me let me just take a little note here. Who wants to read? Who would like to read? Patricia? Anybody else want to read? Cindy? Izzy? Okay, well, let's go, and then Sandra. All right, we'll go with those four, see how far we get. And Patricia, do you want to start us off?
We are teaching through you now, Paul, because you agreed to it once upon a time and agreed to say yes to the level of change that holding this vibration would concur. Now we will say this. The tone we are singing through, Paul, for each of you is an alchemical tone. The level of vibration we have available to us as a true self can reclaim you in the high octave with your consent. We do not take you where you do not wish to be taken. Love it. But once you have claimed, I have come, the divine self in announcement of its presence, you have claimed the action of the divine upon you, and all we are doing is supporting the claim by agreeing to it. You must understand agreement, which is vibrational, accord, and coherence. The level of tone we sing from is of such a high level that it may override the lower and actually reclaim the lifted simply by being. When you embody as the divine self, this becomes the act you engage in, less consciously than you think. Imagine you are singing a song always, and that song touches the heart of all those who happen to hear it. The heart is transformed by the encounter with the song. They do not know who sang it to them. They only know they have changed. Beautiful.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
One of the things that really struck me in that reading was that the level of tone we sing from is such a high level that it may override the lower and actually reclaim it and lift it. So this is being done for us. I mean, it's that I just, yeah, and also less consciously than you think. That too. Yeah. And then imagine that you are singing a song always. The I am presence is never not. It always is. You're never not God's being. The song is always being sung.
That is so beautiful, Amy. Thank you. And it doesn't have to be words. It's just, it isn't always an audible song. It's a vibration that emanates from each of us,
Yeah.
wherever we are, whomever we're with. It's always vibrating.
So to even say that we are being reclaimed is just a word, because you can't reclaim what you've never lost. You can let go of the ignorance, but that's really what you're doing. Yeah. Releasing the ignorance. Anybody else? Patricia, do you want to read one more paragraph?
Glad to. Now, you are the ones who have come, who are now embodying for the reclamation of all. Underline those words, the reclamation of all. You become the doorway or the portal for the high tone because you can hold it in your field at the level of agreement you choose or your soul will claim for you. The effect of the song you will be singing will reclaim all things that have been placed in fear and allow them to be reknown. The being that you are in its own expression is what does this work. You may be walking through the park, thinking of a friend, looking out the window, and wondering about the rest of the world. But your presence and thought claim the rest of the world in the song you have begun to sing, and the rest of the world is touched by the sound. Woo! Love it.
Just makes me happy,
Makes you happy, right?
joyful.
It is joyful. Especially when we're in the upper room.
That's beautiful. Cindy, do you want to continue? Rana says, what's the Ramana quote? Let's look here. Our purpose.
Our only purpose is self-realization.
Mm.
I don't know the exact quote. That's the pointing.
I think
think
there's
that's
an
what-
addition though about we're doing it for,
The greatest gift we can give to all mankind is our own self-realization.
bang.
All interrupts the teaching. Is this the same as the sense you spoke of earlier? The blooming flower and its scent? In some ways, yes, it is. A flower doesn't demand to be smelled, that its scent be known. It simply opens, and the presence of its scent, carried by the breeze, also transforms the environment that it encounters. The monad is expressed in tone and field will do the same thing. But the idea of sound in re-articulation is comprehensive to you. Now, you understand the very simple premise that any song may be sung in a higher octave. A song is a series of notes with an intention behind them. We will call the song a lullaby. We will call the song a tango. The notes on the piano, placed in a sequence, have an effect. While the song is sung in this reality, it may also be sung in a higher one.
Mm. Anybody have any thoughts about that paragraph? Patricia?
It's the vibration of the different songs. A lullaby has a certain feeling, but the tango has another feeling entirely. So it's like moving in a different vibration. So the softness of a lullaby and the zest and energy of a tango. So it's just different, and it's all up here. If
Thank you.
there's a smile on our face, that is.
Thank you. I want to try and take that one step further. I appreciate what you said, Patricia, but I want to try and take that a step further. And this pulls us right back into Izzy's question. So it says the notes on the piano placed in a sequence have an effect. That's the song. While the song is sung in this reality, it may also be sung in a higher note. And that takes us right back to Izzy. While the song may be sung and known and called trauma or a sad song in this reality, it can also be sung in a higher note, in a transcendent note, in which we see the same song sung, but as oh, I understand. I am grateful for that lesson. I am grateful for how that unfolded because it did this for me. It moved me in this way. So I wanted just to make sure that, that I wasn't wrong in my interpretation of that and see if anyone else saw it the same way. Okay, thank you.
And it's interesting because you read it while the song is sung in this reality, it may also be sung in a higher, it says higher one. You interpreted that one as note. I interpreted that one as reality. And what's working in an interesting way, just in, oh, and there's tears here, so there's something here, so I'm being careful. So this is the way I'm interpreting this relative to a current moment experience. The sense of a Cindy Story personality, there are areas of it right now that feel very dense and heavy. But that's only one reality. So this is a trauma statement too. So there is trauma that has been activated because of this time of the year, right? And that density is being experienced in one reality. And I'm saying yes to this work, which is another reality. And there's this continuous kind of space that I'm very conscious of right now, where the higher vibrational song or reality is touching the density of, what we can label trauma. I don't use that word as often, but density, history, memory, and that's just it's a different reality or a different dimensional universe or whatever. And there's just the sense that I know that that higher vibrational song is dissolving the density of this other reality. And I'm being real careful because I don't want to claim one reality is more or less than real than the other. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to say I'm the one that's traumatized, and somehow I don't want to say I am the one that's singing the higher note. They're just sort of both here, and something is being transformed. Does that make sense? That's the way I interpret what's happening here, and that sentence, that pointing.
I would like to add that it's not, it's much more simple than we think. It's not too complicated. It's like Izzy said first thing, when you can start waking up in the morning without even an intention, you just know. And the same with these, my husband will just say, and I've told you all before, I think it's so serendipitous, or maybe not serendipitous, but he always says, sing a different song. You can sing a different song. And that it can just happen spontaneously when you become recognizing that, oh, I'm not, Cindy used the word I'm feeling dense, or it could just be I'm feeling icky, or I'm having a response to something that's happening. And I can sing a different song, and there, poof, I'm singing a different song. It doesn't, it doesn't have to have a long process or lots of thinking about it. That's all I wanted to add.
Thank you, Sandra. William, come to the head of the table.
Just feels like I'm seeing no me and no you. And it's just one. And in that oneness, all these words are separating the me, the I, out of the oneness. And it just seems like the oneness, the awareness, the awareness, the awareness. And when I'm looking when I'm aware of just being aware, that I don't, there's no word, there's no me but you. All these concerns that I have when I'm a me and I'm a you and different, that the oneness is in charge of all the vibrations, and the awareness just notices everyone, everything is part of the same vibration, not the same vibration, but it's something about that. There's something about I just feel such constriction when I start talking about me, I, and you. And so it just reminds me to be one, to be one. That's about all I can say right now.
I love that. I think A Course in Miracles would call that a direct line of communication with God or Source or love. A direct line.
Well, can I say this? That I am so reluctant, resistant, scared to not be who I am so used to being. I don't, my goodness, I'd rather stay in my little cubicle of fear and comfort. And then there's this awareness. Yeah, that's just like Helen Hamilton says, yes, that's yes, 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 yes. But boy, it's such a fortress, a prison. And yet I sense that I can put the word trauma on it, the fear, the pain. Oh my goodness, excruciating. And yet it almost jets me into the oneness and everything, freedom. So it's this constriction and then explosion. And I don't want to explode, but there's something in me. I'm suspicious that I've already exploded. And I don't know what to do with that. So I know what I do, and that's like, okay, I'm safe again, safe with my fear, safe with, I'm used to this, I can handle it. And so now you get something that's going on in me. I'm not just a bump on the log.
Yeah. Yeah. So it feels sometimes when we do that, it feels like chaos. Like if I'm not in control, then who is? But what this book is telling us is we've never been in control. There's never been the ego doesn't exist. It never has existed. You're always the I am. So there, just let it go.
And I'm so ensconced in Sailor Bob's What's Wrong with Right Now that there is no why. It's just, I don't exist. You, me. I don't. I don't. It's almost like I refuse because we are just this one moment, everything. Somehow. Okay, I just want to say that.
Thank you. Thank you, William. Much appreciated. Richard, you're on. What you got for us?
Morning, everyone. My perception is that the guides are a non-physical entity composed of multiple souls or multiple spiritual identities. So they are still part of the illusion. They're still unreal in the real sense of the word. However, in this reality that is not real, as there are many dimensions, or what we talked about the other day, multiple dimensions within, we are all multiple dimension beings, right? So we're still in the illusion, even when we talk to the guides. But the guides are not physical. They don't have bodies. And we have bodies. So when we heal, according to what they're talking about, my perception is we heal at multiple levels within the illusion. In other words, if we go from a dense physical body that we all seem to be experiencing in this meeting to a reality within the illusion where we're all light beings of no physical dimension at all. We're just light, but we're separate from each other as light. Then when the guys talk about being vibration at another level, it applies to all the densities, all the dimensions at the same time. So that may manifest then as a different reality for others within the illusion. We're still talking about the illusion here. That's how I perceive what they're saying. But I know nothing, so.
I get what you're saying. I see it that way too.
The
Anybody
other
else?
thing I wanted to say is, I don't know, I guess some of you are more advanced than me. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing that enters my mind is not love and joy and peace. What comes in mind is, what time is it? Do I have to go to the bathroom? And so my ego is right there talking to me the minute I wake up. So when my feet hit the floor on the way to the bathroom, I say to myself, Spirit, I give you the day. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? And what would you have me saying to whom? And then I began my day. And then I have other forms of meditation or focus, but I find for me, if I don't focus early on in the day, my ego will get in there. I'll be wondering, what am I supposed to do today? What is my schedule today? Do I have time for this? Do I have time for that? So I need that moment of focus in the morning to really set my mind in the right place and align with my source. If I don't do that, I tend to be uncomfortable. So I'm still a progress in work, but I'm getting there.
Thank you, Richard. Anybody else want to share their waking routine? All right.
Well, just to add that I too first thought is getting to the bathroom, but I have a gratitude that I can go to the bathroom rather than.
Be grateful for small favors, huh? All right, good. Yeah, be grateful you can get up and walk to the bathroom. Yeah, is Olivia.
Hi, and good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
One thing that I've discovered is when in the morning, one of my prayers is I do the third step prayer, and I also do, and I've told y'all this before, and it's just interesting what's coming up is that my prayer is, how can I be the best expression of your love in the world today? And what I'm finding is all these blocks to love's presence in my life. And I'm seeing those as a gift now. And so as I go throughout the day with any new thing I'm approaching, I get on my knees or I pause and I'm like, okay, so I have this is what I'm going to be thinking that I'm doing for the next little bit. And just want you to know if there's something else you need me to be doing, and I do the set aside prayer and, just to the point of in the morning, I'm even like, what would you like to wear today? I mean, just to keep me ever so focused on that. And so just to keep it going so that and I'm really grateful for this group in particular that continues to help me work my way through my day with different it's pointers and things that y'all bring out. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And so thank y'all so much for being here. I sure do love all y'all.
Us all love you too. Oh, all righty. We have 10 minutes left. Should we let Izzy read? No?
We have 25 minutes left.
Yes, we do. Okay. I keep forgetting that. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Cindy, where did we leave off? Now you are the effect of this song?
Yes,
Yes.
middle of page 17.
Cindy, do you want to read that paragraph, and then Izzy?
I certainly can. Now, you are the effect of this song. And I just want to say I'm listening to all these conversations, and there's a part of me, at least today, that is very, very grateful that I know something else is going on. So right in this moment, I recognize that whatever Cindy, the personality isn't in choice at the moment. It's been surrendered if she ever had choice. Something wonderful is happening, and it has nothing to do with me, the little me, whatever that means. Because I'm the effect of this song. I love that. Yeah. Now you are the effect of this song. The body you hold is in resonance, and the energetic bodies that you hold are also in expression in a variety of tone. The lifting of the field you hold, we describe as a transposition of vibration, tone, or music. You are being lifted. The song that you have always been to be reknown or re-articulated in a higher strata, which we have called the upper room. Because the upper room does not hold fear, you are no longer creating from fear. And because you are not creating from fear, the need for fear is released by you. And you are made new by this exchange of vibration. But the process of alchemy or reclamation indeed comes at the cost of the old. And I just want to say that as I'm reading this, I feel fully, how do I put this? I just feel like I am the share that William spoke into the group a few minutes ago. This sense of, wow, I know that I am. I know that it's just now, and there is this fear arising. And there's just this sense that what I am is not the fear. And in saying yes to this work, whatever that means, the guides or this higher vibrational divinity, whatever you want to call it, is lifting the fear from the experience of Cindy, and it's being tasted as it's being lifted. So, but somehow it's happening in William's voice. So that's what I got. Thank you.
It's funny. I was thinking about William too as you read that, and I can't even tell you why, but I just was.
I'm liking that, the freedom I'm feeling, and I hate to even use the word I am. I just like it, not relying on I. There's something else that's happening. That's it. Something, this moment, this one, it's happening. It is. it is. And that's the freedom. I can always become the I and the me again. That's just like reaching out. Just like the miracle of going to the bathroom 5 times each night. But the gratitude is always there. So there's something beyond and more. That's it's this absence. I think that's what it is. There's an absence happening. Wow. And just having heard what Amy and Cindy just said makes me even more know me, but the more awareness. The awareness is just taking over. It's like it's spreading, and there's an absence, and it feels like. And then I think about what any one speck is the truth right now, whatever that speck is. And so it's almost like I don't want to disturb this moment because it's so quiet and still and always happening.
Yeah. And so who would disturb it?
Yes.
Oh, and your laughter is the answer. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, all right. I think Izzy's reading next. Okay, Izzy, take it away.
Got it. And William, I love that. There's an absence happening. I read just the name of a video on, I didn't listen to the video, but I read the name of it on YouTube, and it said, "I'm not healing. I've just stopped killing myself." I love that. We stopped killing ourselves. That's the absence. Okay. Okay. I love how we're talking about being sung a song and the song we're singing. That's so beautiful. Anyway, now because we may sing for you and invite you to join us in tone, because the sound we utter may override the lower natures you have held yourselves in, because the song we sing is not tainted by fear, you may lift into it. Imagine a great wind that may move through you, that may separate the particles of the being you know yourself as and inform what lives between them. Oh, wow. That's an interesting sentence.
That's the absence. That's
Right.
William's absence right there.
Right.
Can you imagine, can I imagine that if all of a sudden the words, the songs that come out of me is a soprano? I'm not doing that either, but oh my God, that's almost like the fear of, I have no idea, and I'm used to talking, listening the way I do. Do I surrender and no telling what's going to come out of me?
Yes.
That's both scary and exciting.
Well, I totally get that, William. I feel like that all the time. I have no idea what's going to come out of me. And sometimes I'm surprised by it. It's like, what? Where did that come from?
It's like living in the world of, I don't know.
Well, that addresses the movie. We're just watching this movie that we don't know what's next in the movie. Yeah.
And Izzy, it's such a juxtaposition of that big smile on your face and the phrase, I'm going to stop killing things.
Right. Okay, should I go ahead?
Yeah.
Imagine this great wind is not blowing you away, but re-articulating you singing you anew, transforming what it encounters in reclamation of what has been true. And that is your true nature, the inherent divine, the unparalleled beauty, what in fact is you.
You want to stop? Anybody want to say anything?
But the image I have right now is a bunch of puppies rolling around, fuzzy eating each other. That in our stories that we share here, we are like these puppies. And I just love some puppies. And then I like this puppy over here, and then this one, this story. Oh my gosh, that story I couldn't imagine. It's just all this energy in the oneness. And we're all just, and isn't that a big part of that, the enjoyment, exhilaration of sharing our stories that have been made up and are living us, and then we get to be observing it all, enjoying that.
I love that. We're all a bunch of puppies. That's such a delightful image. Richard.
Well, I love that. What came to mind for me was, are we all the space between words? So.
Yes. And Francis Lucille describes that as the gap. It's the gap in thinking, the gap between thoughts. Exactly. That's a great way of expressing it.
I love the last line. Your true nature, inherently divine, unparalleled beauty. Unparalleled beauty. That is you. Just soak in that for a while.
Right. When I experience those words and allow myself to truly believe that's what I am, it fills me with joy.
And that joy emanates, it's sung. It goes, it just.
Yes. Yeah.
And that beauty is you and you and you and
Yes.
you and you and
Yes.
you and you.
Yes.
And that's the dance.
That's the dance.
That's the dance.
Yep. And that's the beauty of Williams' particular, unique, whole expression. So he is the all now, and a particularly unique, never to be experienced again expression of the divine. And that's why being your authentic self is such a gift to the world. Livy.
And I'll be glad to reread that line for Elizabeth before and that is your true nature, the inherent divine, the unparalleled beauty that in fact is you. And the one of the things that would shoot me into separateness just about bigger than anything is comparing myself to other people. I grew up being compared and you're not enough, and and so I never looked good enough. I did, and anything. And it's just been occurring to me lately. Number one, we are all beautiful. The one is beautiful. And so it's helping me view myself and as the one, because the one is beautiful. And if I am that, then just like everyone else, we are all beautiful. So who am I to judge this body that I've chosen for this experience? And, and I don't even see with real eyes or with the truth of who I am or what I am. And so who the F am I to judge that? And, they say there's a line in Alcoholics Anonymous that says, who are we to judge? Well, it says God's handiwork. But it is, the divine, everything is one. And so that line is just beautiful, but that just so resonates with one of the mantras I've been, dealing with and working with. And I'm really grateful for that and for this. So yeah, thank y'all.
Thank you. Patricia.
I'm thinking of the metaphor that William used. We're all a bunch of puppies. Then I'm thinking about what Helen Hamilton said. We're all living in the mush of the chrysalis. And how wonderful to be sharing this. And here we are, all one, right now in this Zoom. I mean, that's remarkable. And I love being one with all these little bits and pieces that I see on the screen. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Go, William.
Okay, what's coming to me? And yep. What's coming to me is that little kid in me. I've got so many images. Scared. For everything you said, Livy, I could double. The fear, inadequacy, all that. Proving, improving. Okay. And then this grown I am that keeps wanting to love and soothe and help heal that little guy. And then what occurs to me, that's such work even, because when I just surrender to the oneness, my God, there's nothing I have to do. It's done. It's all happening. It's one. I don't have to continue helping, loving, proving, getting whatever, stop killing, nothing. I don't. And wait a minute now. Do I hear what is coming out? Do I really allow this to be? I just in this awareness? Oh my God, I don't, I got too much resistance. I got to climb back down from the cloud, crawl into my I am, and be that separate self again. No, I don't. Yes, no, I don't. And I'm the oneness. Wow. I don't know if I can get used to that even. And that's when I'm already out of it. So silence, stillness.
There's a Course in Miracles lesson to have all, give all to all. That doesn't mean give all to all the apparently separate selves. It means give all to God, to have all.
Yeah.
Give all to all. To be one, give all to one. To know unity, give all to unity. Give the whole kit and caboodle. Accept it all and then give it all away. That's the whole thing.
And I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's like I don't want to even have words. I just want to be in the moment. I love you though. I love your words too.
I know you do. Izzy.
Yeah, so just in the last few days, I've really come to a different understanding of how this is a movie that we're living in. And I think it was yesterday I was driving along and I was thinking, oh my God, this Shakespearean play is the most enormous, amazing thing that we've created. And then when these words came up, the unparalleled beauty that is in fact you, that is what needs to be tied into that thought that I had yesterday. You know, this, I mean, when I thought about it, I just started laughing out loud. I mean, it's a crazy world that we've made, but we've done it so that we could know the unparalleled beauty of what we are. I mean, it certainly seems roundabout, but there it is. It's just the way it is.
I think we have time to finish that next paragraph.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay. When we sing to you now, we are singing to you throughout time. When we sing to you now, we are singing to every body you have ever known yourself in. We are singing to every memory that has clouded your perception, tainted your ability to love, and we're singing to the heart, the true heart, that seeks to open to God and to flower with God as the Christ in you comes into expression. Because we are singing through Paul and without the body he holds, while utilizing the body, the sound we make will not be contained. It will read through the pages of this text. It will hold the reader, the listener, in its expression, and it will reclaim you as it says yes. On the count of three, Paul. 1, now 2, now 3. The guide's tone through Paul. Be still and know, and allow the being that you are to be moved, expressed, released, reknown, reclaimed, and sung anew. We say this to each of you now. You have come, you have come, you have come. You are in the upper room. We see you in your beauty, in your right to be, in all you have known and may know. And as we say this to you, we announce this to every aspect of you, every memory, every body, every idea of self that you have accrued in time and without time. God is, God is, God is. It will be so. The divine has come as each of you. Behold, I make all things new. Okay.
Mm.
Wow.
I love the way that it's expressed as we announce this. Every memory of every body, every idea of self that you have accrued in time and without time. God is, God is, God is. What a healing.
The divine has come as each of you. What will it take for you all to believe it? I don't know where that came from.
Perfect for me.
I'd like to proceed that we all do it. understand that. That's why we're here together in this meeting, because we all have come to that recognition.
Boy, I love us.
Thank you, Amy, for leading us so beautifully through this.
Thank you all for leading us all so beautifully through this. Thank you, Cindy, for holding space here, being the container.
Love us, I do.
I do. Patricia, I'll see you. I'll stay on and see you. Okay.